Hey everybody, this is Miss Durham back with another video. All right, today we're going to work on Module 6, Lesson 2, Grade 5. Okay, so pause the video here, go get paper, your notebooks, or hopefully pretty soon we'll have our pages from Engage New York. So let's get working. Yay. Okay, let me see if I can move the page down. I want to start off with analyzing a few number lines here. Okay, so let's take a look at the number lines and see if we can, and I'm using a new pen here, so what is happening, and see if we can determine the value of the letters. Okay, so here we have a number line. It looks like this number line goes from 0 to 60. Now, what are the values of the individual tick marks between the number line? So if the lowest value here is 0, the highest value on this number line is 60, how many spaces or tick marks do we have in between? So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we would take 60, because that's our highest value here, and divide it by the 10 spaces or tick marks that we have in between 0 and 60. So 60 divided by 10 equals. Okay, I hope you said 6, right? So that means each one of these tick marks has the value of 6 more than the other, or 6 less, or 6 in each one. So we can start from this end and count up by 6, or we can start from this end and count down by 6. Either way, the value of each one of those tick marks should be 6. Okay, so if the value of each one is 6, that means that this first one here would be 6. And then if we add another 6, this one would be 12. And to keep going, 12 plus 6 equals 18, right? Okay. What if I were to start at the other end? It'd be the same thing with just subtracting 6. So 60 minus 6 would be 54. Okay, and then 54 minus 6, so on and so forth. Okay, so we need to determine the value of the A, the value of the C, the value of the B. And so I want you all to pause it here and see if you can go ahead and count your tick marks and their values and determine the value of the letters shown. Okay. All right, I'm glad that you're back. So we've already determined that from here, from 0 to the first tick mark is 6. Then to the next tick mark is plus 6 more, which is 12. Plus 6 more, which is 18. And then plus 6 more should be 24. I hope you got 24 for that, you all. 24 plus 4. I'm so sorry. 24 plus 6 equals 30. Oh, I'm trying to write with this new pen, and it's a little too big here, you all. 30 plus 6, which would be 36. And 36 plus 6 would be what? 42. Yeah, 42. Okay, let me try to write it here. And then 42 plus 6 is 48. And then 48 plus 6 should be 54. All right, so let's determine the value of A. A equals 6, right? What's the value of C? C equals 24. The value of B? B should have equaled 42. So I hope you got them right, you all. And I'm trying to quit saying you all so much. But if you got it right, very good, butterflies. Good job. All right, so Miss Durham's going to erase here. You can keep your same notes on your paper. We're going to move on to a different number line. Okay? All right, let's take a look at this number line. Uh-oh, hold on, let me erase that. Over here, we have a number line that includes letters, right? But those letters still have a value, and it looks like the value of each one of these tick marks will be a fraction. Why do you think Ms. Durham said that the value of each one of these tick marks should be a fraction, or would be equal to a fraction. Think about it. All right, very good. So this particular number line starts at 0 and it ends in 1, okay? So we only have one whole number here from 0 to 1, and everything in between 0 and 1 would be a part or a piece of that whole number. So from 0 to 1, we all have fractions in between our whole numbers. So let's determine and see what would be our denominator for our fractions. In order to do that, we have to count how many parts, okay, make up the whole. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 parts make up the entire whole. From 0 to 1, I have 6 parts, so our denominator would be 6. Each one of these fractions would be worth 1/6. So from this is 0, here would be 1/6. This would be 2/6. This would be 3/6, 3 of the 6 parts. This would be 4/6, 4 of the 6 parts. This one would be 5/6, 5 of the 6 parts. And then we know 6 equals 1. 6 divided by 6 equals 1. Okay? So we've already gotten the value of each one of those letters. So we don't have to rewrite them because it's kind of like written right here. D equals 1/6. G equals 2/6. F equals 3/6. H equals 4/6. So on and so forth. Okay? All right, let's analyze the last number line over here. We do have a number line that has letters, and we have to identify, it looks like, their values. Okay? This particular number line looks like it goes from a number span of 0 to 3. Okay? Which means I'm missing 2 whole numbers. What 2 whole numbers are missing in between 0 and 3? Okay, I hope you said 1 and 2. But how far apart, okay, would we put our 1 and 2? So let's analyze and see how many spaces we have, because we have to be accurate and space evenly apart. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 spaces here, 9 tick marks, okay, in between 0 and 3. And I have 1, 2, and 3 to plot here on this number line. 9 spaces. Let me write it here. Oh, it won't let me write. Divided by 3, because we go up to 3 here, which equals what? 3. So for every third space, we will place our whole number. So Mr. Durham's going to erase that. Okay. So let me go back to our pen. So 0, 1, 2, 3. This is where 1 would be. And then 1, 2, 3. This is where 2 would be. 1, 2, 3. And there we have 3. Those are the value. Now in between each one of our whole numbers, we have fractions. So let's go ahead and analyze to determine what would be our denominator for each fraction. So in between 0 and the first whole number, I have 1, 2, 3 spaces here. So the fraction would be 1/3. Each one of those tick marks would be worth 1/3. Okay? So let's fill them in. What color? We use blue. Let's use green. The first one, J, would be considered to be 1/3. It's the first 1/3. This one is the second 1/3. So this would be 2/3. And we know the number 1 equals 3/3. Okay. Now we can keep going here. 4/3, even though 4/3 is also a mixed number. You can use your mixed number if you want to, or you can use 4/3. They both work. This one would be 5/3. And we know this one would be 6/3, because 6 divided by 3 equals 2. After 6/3, we should have 7/3. This one should be 8/3, the value of that. And then here should be 9/3. 9 divided by 3 equals 3. So we know we're still on the right track. Okay? So let's go ahead and record our values for our letters. J. What is the value of J on this particular number line? Okay, I hope you got 1/3, right? Now we need the value of k, or identify the value of k. 4/3, but we all know 4/3 is a mixed number. I want you to go ahead and change it into an improper fraction. 4/3 is an improper fraction. I want you to go ahead and change it to a mixed number. And we know we divide to do that. 4 divided by 3. 3 goes into 4 one time. 1 times 3 is 3. 4 minus 3 equals 1. So this is step 1, step 2, and step 3. So step 1 gives you your whole number. Step 2 gives you your numerator. And step 3 gives you your denominator. So 4/3 converts to 1 1/3 as a mixed number. Good job for us. All right. It was just a little reminder. I know my students already know how to convert to mixed numbers, but just in case, Ms. Dorn wanted to help you out, buddies. All right, let's move on to L. What is the value of L? Here, it should be 8/3. 8/3 is also a improper fraction, so go ahead and convert that to a mixed number, you all. I'll wait. Pause it if you need to pause the video. Don't cheat. Pause it and try. Okay, I'm glad you're back. So you should have gotten 2 2/3. Okay, I hope you did. All right, so that's some practice from lesson 1, and then also our number lines that we were doing before. I want to go into a little bit of practice plotting. Is that okay? And let's hope that the computer lets me open up an empty page. Please, please, please. Please. All right, I want you all to go to a brand new sheet of paper. You need like the whole sheet here. And I just want to practice plotting just a little bit, okay? I want you to go ahead and draw, oh, come on, pen. Your x-axis. And I'm going to write x-axis here. And then let me make the pen a little bit thinner. Okay? Now I want you to go ahead, now I want you to draw your y-axis. And I'll put y-axis here, okay? Now you know we need to go ahead and plot our integers, right? This is considered to be the origin. That's where both axes cross each other, where both of them meet, right? And then on the right side, on the x-axis, we should have a +1, +2, +3, +4, +5. I think I have room for a +6. On the left side of the origin, on the x-axis, we know that we have to put our negative integers. So this would be -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. I think I can get -8 in there. -8. Good. Now we go to our y-axis. Let's use red. Okay. Just like above sea level, positive numbers go on top, negative numbers at the bottom. So here, and I want you all to do it. The more we do it, the better we get. The more you have it logged into your brain, is so that when you see this all of your life, you're not so unfamiliar with it. So go ahead, make sure you do the practice, okay? Above sea level will be +1, +2, +3, +4. Maybe I can get a +5 in there, okay? Below the zero, or the origin, below sea level would be -1, -2, -3, -4. If you hear the snoring, that is the dog. I don't know why he snores every time I get on the video. -4, -5. Sorry, buddies. -6. And I can't fit -7, I don't think. Okay, so now I'm going to give us some coordinates pairs to plot. Okay, I'm going to write them over in the corner, and then we're going to identify which quadrant they would belong to. Okay, so the first one would be -1 and 0. The next one, -2, -5. The next one, 4 and 3. Next one, +5 and -2. So let's plot these first, okay? I want us to identify the quadrants that they will belong in first, and then I'll drag them to that particular quadrant, and you all can follow along and write in as we plot. So I hope you remember that the quadrant starts on the top right-hand corner. This is quadrant 1. Let me see if I can get something to write it in. I want orange. Okay. This is quadrant 1. Quadrant 2. This one was quadrant 3. And then over here we had quadrant 4. And I hope it doesn't get in the way of my plotting. Okay. I'm going to get ready to drag our coordinate pairs over. Here we have a positive x and a negative y. What quadrant would that be? Positive x and a negative y. Here is positive x, and negative y. So I know this particular coordinate pair belongs in quadrant 1. Here we have a positive x and a positive y. Positive x and a positive y. Which quadrant would that belong? Does it belong here in quadrant 3? No? Yeah, because quadrant 3 has negative x, negative y. What about over here? Positive x, positive y. No, and I know if I'm below the sea level, it's negative number. So let's try here. Positive x-axis, all positive, positive y. That belongs there. Why'd you all let me move this to quadrant 1? This is positive x, negative y, which belongs here. Okay. Now let's look at the next one. Here we have negative x, negative y. Which quadrant would that belong to? I hope you said here. Very good. Because we have negative x numbers, negative y numbers. And then the last one, negative x, and then a 0 y. Well, negative x is here, and 0 y is here. It would kind of like belong right here on this dotted line, buddies. Okay, so I'll leave that one. I'll try to trick us a little bit. I'll leave that one over there. Or challenge us, not trick us, but challenge us. All right, let's get to plotting. Okay, I want to go here first. Positive 4. Okay, and then positive 3. So I know that the first number in our coordinate pairs belongs on the x-axis. Let me write it. Belongs on the x-axis, and the second number here belongs on the y-axis, okay, or can be located on the y-axis. So let's move to the x-axis. I need to start at positive 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going to start here, and then I have to move up to a positive 3. So that would be 1, 2, 3. So my point or plot belongs there. And I'll place it right there. And then you all know we write our coordinate pair right here next to it. And they usually do that when you all see it, okay? So let's move on. Let's go over to quadrant 3. In quadrant 3, we have a -2 and a -5. I know, or we know, that the first number in our coordinate pair would be on the x-axis. The second number in our coordinate pair belongs on the y-axis, or axes. It just depends on who you are and how you pronounce that. Both of them are correct in this sense, okay? So -2 on the x-axis. Let's look. This is -1. This one is -2. And I didn't mean to use blue. Okay, -1, -2. Now, we would need to go down to -5. I'm at -1 on the y, -2, -3, -4, and it seems that -5 is here. Okay, so Ms. Durham will put her dot there, not. No. Oh, this dog and the snoring. And then I'm going to go ahead and move the coordinate pair over to where we have plotted our dot. Misha, he's snoring all over the video. Okay, you all, let me erase. All right, we have one more, I think. One or two more. Here we have coordinate pair +5, -2. So let me go over to +5 on the x-axis, -2 on the y-axis. And you all can plot as well. And I have this in the wrong coordinates. Oh my goodness. How did Ms. Dorn make that mistake? Oh, wait. This is +5x, which is here, and -2y. If you caught it before I did, good job. Everybody makes mistakes. Ms. Dorn is a superwoman, but I do make mistakes. Okay. All right, let's go. +5 on the x-axis is here. Okay. And then -2 is about here. So that's where my point would go. Okay. And then I would move my coordinate pair over to the points. Very good. All right, let's look at this little challenging one over here. -1 on the x-axis and 0 on the y-axis. Remember I told you about that 0. The 0 axis is here. It doesn't move. It's right there on the lines. It does not move. So I'm going to go to -1 on my x-axis, which is here. And then 0 on the y-axis is here too as well. So I'm not going to move. I have to have a color though, so you all can see. What about orange? Can you see that? Or yellow? Oh, how did it turn out black? Hold on. Here. So this would be -1 and 0. -1 on the x-axis and then 0 on the y-axis. Now, if it was, because I don't want anybody to get confused, if the coordinate pair was 0, comma, -1, that would be a totally different spot. And let me show you. I'll use yellow. Okay. That means 0 on the x-axis and -1 on the y. 0 on the x-axis is here, so I would stay on that line, but -1 on the y-axis would be here. So that means that that particular coordinate pair would be here. Okay, so don't get confused. Make sure, okay, I moved to the -1 on the y-axis, but I stayed on the 0. I stayed on the axes with the x-axis, okay? All right, buddies. Let's move on. I want to go into our module lessons, but I think the video is going to be way too long. I'm going to stop here, upload the video, and then go to the next particular video. When I send the videos, hopefully they all upload tonight. When I send the videos, I'll send it video 1, video 2, and if possible, if we have to, video 3. You all got some work to do. We got notice from the district that the work has to go out because the governor has mandated, so we all have to do the work, buddies. I want to get smarter, you all. I know my babies want to get smarter. We always want to be on top. Make yourself a boss, okay? So I'll stop here, upload, make the next video, and when you get them, don't forget to watch them in order. All right, bye, everybody.